Welcome back to Black and Beat Bike Update, the channel where we bring you the latest, most exciting updates from the world of two wheels. Today we're diving into a machine that has been stirring curiosity across the biking community. A small but mighty entry that combines retro charm with modern performance. Yes, we are talking about the 2026 Honda Guerrilla 125, a mini bike that revives Honda's legendary Guerrilla heritage but in a brand new avatar designed for today's riders. If you've been following Honda's moves in the mini motorcycle space, you'll know the Monkey, the Grom, and the Dax have already captured cult status. Now it's time for the Guerrilla to step back into the spotlight, and the 2026 version promises to be one of the most fun and characterful bikes in its class. Let's start from the very beginning. The moment you set your eyes on it, the Guerrilla 125 is unmistakably retro yet looks more muscular than the Monkey. At the front, you're greeted with a round LED headlight that harks back to its classic roots but delivers a crisp, bright beam for modern road use. The beefy front forks, wrapped in gaiters, add a rugged feel, while the small fender and upright stance scream personality. Even though it's compact, Honda has managed to make the Guerrilla appear sturdy and ready for adventure. You can tell straight away this isn't just a toy bike, it's engineered to deliver joy with a side of toughness. Moving to the side profile, this is where the Guerrilla really shows its identity. The proportions are slightly chunkier than the Monkey, with a larger tank that enhances both style and practicality. The tank often comes in playful color scheme as a yellow, red, and possibly even green or blue paired with bold Guerrilla badging that makes it instantly recognizable. The wide, raised handlebars give off a scrambler-inspired vibe and promise an upright, comfortable ride position. The spoke wheels and block pattern tires hint at its off-road friendly nature, making it clear that this machine is not just confined to smooth city streets but can happily bounce through trails or rough roads. As you circle to the back, the design continues to charm. The tail section is clean and compact, with a neat LED tail lamp that maintains the retro appeal. The short fender doesn't extend too far, keeping things minimalist, while the seat is surprisingly wide and plush for a mini bike. Honda seems to have thought about not just solo fun rides but also some level of comfort for longer stints. The exhaust design sits neatly along the side, with protective shielding to prevent heat exposure, and it complements the rugged yet stylish theme. Everything about the rear view tells you this bike is playful, functional, and absolutely fun to look at. Now let's talk about the heart of this little beast. The 2026 Guerrilla 125 is powered by a 125cc single-cylinder, air-cooled engine with Honda's PGM-FI fuel injection system. This is essentially the same proven unit that powers the Monkey and Grom, which means reliability and smooth performance are guaranteed. It's expected to produce around 9 to 10 horsepower, which might not sound like much on paper, but in a lightweight frame like this, it translates into peppy acceleration and more than enough grunt for city rides or fun weekend runs. The engine is paired with a 5-speed gearbox, a welcome improvement over earlier small bike gearboxes, giving riders more flexibility and smoother cruising at slightly higher speeds. Performance is where the Guerrilla 125 really shines in its category. This is not about chasing top speed or long-distance touring, but about enjoying every twist of the throttle. The bike's compact size and low weight make it incredibly nimble. Whether you're weaving through tight urban traffic, carving through narrow alleys, or zipping around town, it feels agile and lively. Reports suggest a top speed in the ballpark of 95 to 100 km per hour, which is more than enough for city use. What makes it special is how it delivers usable performance. You're not fighting with the bike, you're playing with it. And that is exactly what the Guerrilla spirit has always been about. Braking and safety features are also up to date. The Guerrilla 125 is expected to come with front disc brakes and ABS, and in some markets, it may even get dual-channel ABS. The suspension setup is basic but effective. Telescopic forks at the front and twin shocks at the rear, tuned to absorb bumps while keeping handling sharp. Combined with its fat tires and short wheelbase, the bike feels planted and stable, even when you push it harder than you'd expect from a mini bike. Now let's touch on pricing and availability, which is one of the most asked about points. Honda hasn't officially announced global figures yet, but based on its position relative to the Monkey 125 and Grom, we can expect it to fall somewhere in the same ballpark. In markets like the United States, estimates place it around $4,000 to $4,500. In Europe, it could range from €4,200 to €4,600. In Asian markets, particularly Southeast Asia, the price may be adjusted to stay competitive, possibly starting around $3,000 to $3,500 equivalent. Of course, local taxes and import duties will influence the final tag, but Honda's strategy has always been to keep these mini bikes accessible while delivering premium features. The Guerrilla is expected to arrive in dealerships toward the end of 2025 or early 2026, depending on the region. So, what's the verdict on the 2026 Honda Guerrilla 125? Well, if you're looking for a machine that combines fun, nostalgia, and practicality in one compact package, this might just be the bike for you. It doesn't try to be a big adventure bike or a high-performance sport machine, but it doesn't need to. What it offers is pure joy of riding, the kind of experience where every short trip turns into an adventure. It's perfect for city dwellers who want something stylish and unique, for younger riders stepping into the biking world, and even for experienced bikers who just want a fun second bike to enjoy on weekends. With its retro looks, reliable Honda engineering, playful performance, and expected competitive pricing, the Guerrilla 125 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting releases in the mini bike category for 2026. And that wraps up our detailed